Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's look is this super smoky, I don't really know what to call this, but I did this in sort of like inspiration for New Year's Eve. I myself am not doing anything New Year's Eve. This is the sort of thing that I would love to wear on New Year's Eve or on any night out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon as well, and that'll give you notifications every time I post. And if you get to the end of this video and you loved it, then please give me a thumbs up and let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And be sure to go and click follow on my Instagram page as well, and you can see sort of like up-to-date content all the time from me on there. So if you want to learn how I created this New Year's Eve look with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I've already done this eye as usual and the rest of my makeup just to make this a little bit more speedy. And I did this eye just because I'm using a new palette and I just didn't know how the shadows were going to work, so I just wanted to do this just to practice. So I'm going to jump straight in to the Prism palette and I'm going to go in with the shade Unity, which is this one right here, which is quite a natural colour, but it does have like quite a strong yellow undertone. So I'm just taking that on easily with a 221 brush. I'm just going to run that all the way through my crease. And I'm not being too neat with this either, just because this is basically just going to be a nice little transition colour. It's just going to map out where our other shadows are going to go. As you can see on this side, you really can't see any of this colour. But I do like to just do this just mainly to make sure that the crease is really set and that we get a nice blend. I'm going to take this underneath the eye as well. So now that that shade is laid down, I'm going to go in with this shade here. This one is called Eden, and I'm going to take that on another 221 brush. And this one in the palette, like to me it looks quite pinky coral, but when it goes on the eye it's more of like an orangey coral. So it's a really nice, like warm transition shade. And again, we're just going all the way through the crease and we're going to slowly build this colour up. And I'm taking it right into the inner corner as well. Just because you can see on this side I've really built it up in this area just to make it look super smoky and super grungy. Then when I've got less product on my brush, what I'm going to do is just start swirling my brush really lightly and pulling that product out towards the temple. And again, going underneath the eye as well. So now that I'm happy with the way this is looking, I'm going to move on to the next shade, and it's going to be this shade right here, which is Saturn, which is like a deep burnt orange. And I'm going to be taking that on a Morphe M514 brush. And I'm going to start to really build this up to make it really pigmented and really intense. I'm going underneath as well. Then I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used for the shade just before this, and I'm just going to make sure that's nice and blended. And it's also going to help to pull this outer corner out as well. And then I'm going to go in with a clean brush, just to make sure it's not blended too high and to make sure there's no harsh lines. Then I'm going to go in with the satin shade again and my Morphe 514 brush and just continue to build that up in the crease, making sure it's really intense. And this is going to help the black to blend out when we put it on, so that there's a really warm transition shade there. So now I'm going to jump straight into the black, and this one is called Obsidian and it is really, really black. I'm going to take that on a Morphe M506 brush and I'm going to start slowly packing that onto the inner and outer corner. Then with that same brush, I'm going to really lightly start to wiggle that through the crease just to help blend it out a little bit. Then I'm going back in with my Morphe M514 brush, and then I'm taking a little bit of the satin shade and overlapping the black just to make sure we can help blend that out. And then back in with the brush that I used just before the satin shade. Use with a 221. Now I'm going to go back in with the M506 brush, but I'm not adding any extra black to the brush, and I'm just going to really lightly pull this black out towards the outer corner, just so it's a little bit more winged out. And then I'm going to go back in with my 514 brush to make sure that stays really blended. And then I'm going to take a little bit more black and I'm just going to pack that back on over the top of where we first placed the black, just to make sure it's really intense. And then when there's nothing left on the brush, I'm really, really lightly just going to start pulling that through the crease just to sort of connect these two sides. Then I'm going to go back in with the satin shade. And starting in the center, I'm just going to make sure that's really blended. So now I'm going to take a Morphe 507 brush and the black, and I'm going to run that underneath my eye, and I'm just going to connect it to the outer corner. And I'm going to follow that spotlight shape underneath as well. And then back in with the satin shade on my 514 brush. So now that the main parts of the eyeshadow is done, I want to sort of clean up the area on the lid and make it tacky again, so that the shadows I want to put there will stick and will be super, super pigmented. So I'm going to take my Eden Primer Potion, and I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of it on the center. Just like that. And then I'm going to take a synthetic brush. So I've just got this Precision crease brush from Crown Brushes. I wouldn't call this a crease brush, I'd call it a pencil brush or whatever. And I'm just going to tap that product in and around the area that I want it to be. The shade that I'm going to use on the lid is going to be this one here, which is Throne. And I did just pop a little bit of Lucid on the center just to create a little bit more dimension on the eye. So I'm just taking a flat synthetic brush, and this is one of the Harry Potter wand brushes. I got the little collection of brushes for Christmas and they're so cute. I think there's 5 or 6 in the pack that you get, and they're just amazing. They're really weighty, they're made of metal, so they, you know, they're going to be really good quality, and yeah, they're really good. They're all synthetic as well, which is great. So I'm just going to pick up Throne on my brush, and then I'm going to spritz my brush with a bit of setting spray. I'm just using the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day, and then I'm going to press that onto the lid. And this is really nice because it has like a green to purple shift, so it's a really different shade. So I'm packing it on mainly to the center of the lid where we applied the primer, and then with whatever's left on my brush, I'm taking that and just tapping it around the edges just to create a nice blend into the black. Then I'm just going to go in with the brush that I used for Saturn and just blend around the edges really lightly, and this is mainly just to get rid of any sort of like loose particles. And then I'm just going to tap a tiny little bit of the Lucid shade into the center. So now I'm just going to line in my waterline, and I'm just using the Marc Jacobs matte highliner in the shade Earthquake, which is like a nice deep brown. So because I forgot to do it, I did it on this side, so I'm just going to do exactly the same as what I did on the center of the lid on the top, just underneath. So I'm just going to do a tiny little bit of the primer. Just blend that out. And then apply Throne right in the center. So now I just want to highlight my inner corner, and I'm going to use the Dose of Colors Ideal Duo in the shade Lemon Drop. And I'm just going to take the cream on top, just with a synthetic pencil brush, and this is from the Harry Potter collection as well. And I'm just going to first just tap the cream on. And then I'm going to go in with the pigment, which is just underneath, which is just here. And the same brush, and I'm going to press that on to where we applied the cream. So before I apply my mascara and lashes, I'm just going to do a thin line across my lash line, as always, with my Illamasqua Precision Gel Liner. And I'm just using this on a Zoeva 317 winged liner brush. Now I'm just going to apply some mascara to my top and bottom lashes, and I'm just using the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. This is like a little sample that I've got to try. I always like trying mascaras like this because I am really fussy with mascaras. and I tend to find one that I like and stick to it for a very long time. And so far this one is actually really nice. I really like the brush on it as well. And the lashes I'm going to use today are some lashes I just got in the mail this morning from a brand called Lashes by Lena. And these are the style Iman. And they are like really fluffy mink. They're so soft to touch, like you wouldn't even think they were fake lashes. So I'm going to apply these off camera and I'll be right back. So I finished off the look by adding a lip. This one is Ludwig by Kat Von D Beauty, and it's one of the liquid lipsticks. It's by far one of my favorite nudes ever. So yeah, that's the look. Do you guys like it? I really love the way it turned out. I really like the sort of like really subtle sort of shift of green on the lid. Love it. And yeah, I love playing with these new products. So if you haven't yet, definitely make sure you go and pick up the Prism palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, because I think this one might be limited edition. I don't think this is going to be a staple one like the Modern Renaissance and the Subculture. I think this one might be limited edition. So definitely go and pick it up because it's got some really nice shades in there. Like I cannot wait to use this one right here. That was the one shade in the palette that I was like, damn, I need that. If you wear this look out on New Year's Eve or on any nights out, or if you recreate it just at home, then please be sure to tag me on Instagram. All of my links to my socials are down below, so you can find my account down there, but it is just Makeup by Delite. As always, everything will be listed in the description box down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon either, and that'll give you notifications every time I post. And with that being said, I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.